Now, if you are one of the thousands of families in this region with somebody you love in a care home, today should have been very special, with the rules relaxed to allow residents to leave the home for a short trip without having to isolate. But campaigners say the changes don't go far enough. They want the guidance to become law. This from Ian Barmer.
The actor and singer Ruthie Henshall was part of the Rights for Residents campaign group, handing in a petition at Westminster today. It's calling for emergency legislation to enshrine rights for care home residents and their families into law. Ruthie's mother, Gloria, is in a care home in Suffolk with dementia. She fought for access to her throughout the pandemic and in the end was successful.
I am very worried that some care homes will ignore the guidance. That's why we're here. The government have given guidance. They need to call it law because the care home residents are being completely ignored in all of this.
The guideline changes will affect people like Matthew Eastlake from Essex, who's 27 and has lived in care for 10 years. His parents, Sarah and Paul, are desperate to have him home to stay for visits and aren't impressed by the idea of limited trips to back gardens or parks.
It's like they've chucked us some crumbs to try and keep us happy and say, oh, well, there you go, you know, they're fine now. And it's just not enough for them. They've been cooped up in these care homes for, Matthew's been 14 months, it's nearly 15 months since he came home.
People in care homes have been shut in for more than a year to protect them from COVID. The government is allowing limited trips out from today because cases have fallen. But some homes, like Iceni House at Swaffham in Norfolk, have already been doing it for months by testing relatives.
We also need to think about people's emotional well-being, and like I've said before, we saw a dramatic decline and we need to ensure that our relatives are included. So the way I read it was, let's test our relatives as they were staff members.
More big changes could be on the way for care homes when roadmap rules change on May the 17th, allowing overnight stays at other people's houses. And if legal limits on social contact end in June, there'll certainly be pressure to relax restrictions for people in care. Ian Barmer, BBC Look East.
Well, the government today said it knew the last year had been difficult for people in care homes and that this was a significant step. It said care homes were best placed to decide how to enable visiting safely. There is some good news tonight, with no deaths from coronavirus and